Hey, this is Fadi Hawatma, founder and CEO of Clockwork AI. Today, we're going to do a semi-deep dive walkthrough of the actual product itself on April 18th, 2026. The product is constantly changing, so if there are any updates or anything like that that you're waiting for or looking for, please do reach out to us at hello@clockwork.ai. If you want to try Clockwork out with your own data or you're playing around with it, just go to Clockwork, start for free trial, 14-day free trial, whatever our CTA is at that time. Connect into QuickBooks Online or Xero, and you see all your data in literal minutes. So here in the actual platform, the first thing that you're going to get launched into is Mira. Mira is our FP&A analyst that we've built directly into the product itself. So Mira has access to your transactional data and will actually give you answers like, how much money are we making? Should we hire someone? Can we afford to hire someone? You can literally have her build you board decks. You can say, hey, I have a board meeting tomorrow. What should I present? What should I show? What should I do this? Mira has access to all of that. But the real beauty of Clockwork is the actual AI that we've built ourselves into the platform. So when we say it's an AI native platform, Clockwork has been AI since we started back in 2018. We built our own automatic account creation and out of the box forecasting functionality. So in addition to Mira, so let me actually minimize the sidebar so we have a little more real estate. So you have Mira where you can ask it all the different things. She'll give you all these recommendations. And again, these are your actual things. Like this is going to be specifically for your data. There's not one thing that you're seeing here that you will see on your account because every single thing in Clockwork is custom built from scratch the second you create it with your own transactional data. You have the Mira toolbox up here. You have Insight toolbox where you can actually get full drop down or full deep dives into the dashboard, model, cash flow, anything you want there. And then you have a prompt library as well. So if you have company overview, P&L, cash flow, balance sheet, executive summaries, you can literally have them come out of Clockwork and Mira the second you create your account and then whenever you need. Clockwork's keeping your data up to date in real time automatically. She's syncing for your business to make sure that everything is current and up to date. The smart alerts are really, I think it's one of the most unsung heroes of Clockwork's functionality because there's literally no other software that has this. We have functionality where you can actually tell Clockwork to give you a Teams notification, a Slack notification, and or an email whenever certain things happen in your business. So if you want to do, hey, I need an update on this specific thing, when this specific client or this specific account goes above or below or reaches this, or this cash runway hits this, or our bank balance hits this, enters this value and this other, like you can literally do conditional alerts directly into Clockwork with daily notifications, weekly notifications, bi-weekly notifications, and monthly notifications. It's as autopilot as genuinely you could be. Down here, you have in-app, email, Microsoft Teams. All you do to configure those in the settings, you just turn them on, and then you're up and running to create the alerts for your team. And you can decide who gets what alert, what they do, all that kind of stuff. This will be where you have all of your unread alerts and you can manage them. You can do an action off on whatever it may be. Then launching into the dashboard is actually completely redesigned in the fact that you're getting a Clockwork health score. And we actually monetize this. We actually give rewards for companies that are doing well. So if you have like a 3-month period where you're an A, and so there's all these different things. It's looking at your forecast. It looks at variance. It looks at performance. If you're overperforming, underperforming, whatever it may be, liquidity, profitability, there's all these different variations that go into your company, but it's custom for your company based on your industry, based on your size, because a 50-year manufacturing company is going to grow a lot slower than, say, a 2-year VC-backed SaaS company. So the Clockwork score actually analyzes and fluctuates based on the specific profile for the company. So it's not one size fits all on how we're judging performance and score. Gives you some certain things up here at the top. And then Mira is actually giving you a daily briefing for your company, how you're doing, what's going on, all this kinds of stuff. It'll give you a full breakdown. Then down here, you have charts and graphs for your cash flow, financial model, all your projections. And out of the box, Clockwork's actually calculating your financial model. And it's giving you a 5-year financial model. It'll build you it the second you create your account in minutes. in the financial model, this is where you can actually play around with every single thing like a CFO would. This financial model is where you're going to be able to do all of your driver-based forecasting, percent growth rates, managing new accounts, new customers, creating new groups. Clockwork's pulling in if you have classes, if you have locations, all that kind of stuff. Clockwork's pulling that in automatically. So you'll be able to try and play around with the classes and locations. All the parent accounts and the sub accounts and the sub accounts and that entire hierarchy gets automatically pulled in as well. You don't have to map those accounts in Clockwork. And again, you'll probably hear me say automatic like 55 times on this call. Everything is automatic. So you could create new accounts, and it's literally like adding a new row directly in your P&L or in your Excel sheet or in your financial model. You could create new groups, same thing to create that parent account. And then the real workhorse for Clockwork, like I said, you can build out assumptions. You can have Clockwork have the out of the box forecast for you, where it will actually analyze your transactional data with seasonality. It'll look at industry, company size, all these different things, growth rates, quarter over quarter, year over year, month over month, all the different variations. It'll actually analyze them for you. But the software is only as good as the software. It'll never know as much as you do because you're the one running your company. This is where you get to come in and actually adjust all the assumptions. And this is stuff that you can literally tell Mira to do. And Mira will actually think about certain things for you before you even have to go in here and do it. But if you wanted to do it manually, you can also do it manually. You can come in here, do your growth rates year over year, month over month, trailing 3, trailing 6, whatever it may be, price times quantity, manual edit, percentage of account, custom formulas for all your driver-based forecasting. We integrate with Google Sheets. So if you want to have all your driver-based forecasts or your drivers in Google Sheets, customers, churn, prospects, pipeline, whatever it may be, you can have that directly in the Google Sheets. We are building our CRM integrations right now as well. So that's probably going to be out if you're watching this. Down here, the real unique thing about Clockwork is it's all in one. It talks to itself. So if you make an update here, it talks to every single thing that it impacts the rest of the account. So you can actually change your custom cash flow impact. So if you build something out, so Clockwork's actually going to analyze your days sales outstanding and a lot of your actual invoices and bills and when customers are paying you, and it'll factor that in. That's why this says intelligent. But if you want to go in and you want to forecast things out on different payment terms, you can do that on both revenue, COGS, and operating expenses. And you can actually build out all of the cash payment terms. You could do your deferred revenue, deferred expense planning. You could literally build in one spot your financial projections, your cash flow forecast, and your balance sheet forecast without having to touch all the different areas. You do it. It's all custom. You select this. It's going to be automatically there the second you create your account. You tell Clockwork how long that contract is. It'll actually build all the deferred revenue. It'll accrue all the revenue or all the expense, put it all in the financial model. So basically, there's not one type of company or type of revenue or type of anything that you won't be able to model out for Clockwork. That's why we have dental offices using Clockwork. That's why we have SaaS startups using Clockwork. We have e-commerce companies, digital marketing agencies, professional services, consulting, you name it. There's a company on Clockwork using it. That's a ton. There's a ton more functionality here. I mean, you have all your variance views here that you automatically click, and then it'll show up, and then it'll give you the variance percentage, variance dollars, whatever it may be. Tons of functionality here. I won't bore you all with it. Headcount planner, you can actually integrate Clockwork directly into your payroll system. So if we integrate with all the major payroll providers, Gusto, ADP, Paychex, Paycor, Paylocity, all the major players, Clockwork will actually pull in individual employee data and model it out. You can also import that data via CSV, via Excel, and just import it directly into Clockwork with a full headcount plan, or you could just custom build it yourself directly here. So you could do one employee, multiple employees. You could do hiring, firing, layoffs, 1099 and W-2, which is super unique for Clockwork as well. You could tell it's either a current or a forecasted employee. You specify which payroll expense account, how should it actually hit your financial model. You can split certain things. So if some government contractors, they do this a lot, consulting agencies, they do this a lot too. If you want certain percentage of someone's time going to certain accounts, you can do that. You select their due dates, when they're starting, when they're ending, whatever it may be. Cash flow. This is the unique thing about Clockwork. We're doing the weekly cash flow forecast And so I'll actually come in here and toggle because you can also do monthly. The weekly cash flow forecast, we're the only ones that have a weekly, but the reason we have it is because of, again, transactional data. We know all the data behind the actual account, and Clockwork's actually pulling specific invoices and specific bills, again, automatically out of the box. So like Daffy Duck owes us 10 grand. If we know that Daffy Duck is going to pay us, say we call him and pays us on the 30th, you save that change, Clockwork will automatically recalculate your entire cash flow forecast now with this coming on that day. And this is, again, week ending dates. So we said April 30th, it'll show up week ending May 2nd. You have all the cash revenue that comes in from your financial model. So all the things that we set up in the financial model, even new accounts, will translate all the way into this as well. And then down here, you have all your invoices. So you'll have upcoming invoices that are actually booked in your system, whether it's QBO or Xero, and they'll pull over as invoices, or if you did an Excel import, all your invoices will be there. And then you have other cash in. So all that stuff that we were talking about with the balance sheet, it'll carry over here, but you can also custom forecast things on the balance sheet directly here. So you could do your account, whatever account you're going to be playing with, you're going to say it's going to be one time, it's going to be repeating. If we're going to do a fundraise, you're going to do a capital asset, you're going to do capital expense, capital expenditure, whatever it may be. You can forecast all of that here, and you can say it's going to be this much, indefinitely, or ongoing, or it's going to be one time, whatever it may be. You have all that power here directly in the cash flow on both the cash in and the cash out. Let me move my big head from that corner. So down here, cash out, you have all the same functionality. All the bills, Clockwork's pulling in. You can change due dates on bills and change due dates on the invoices. And that's honestly one of the biggest low-hanging fruit. The second you create your account, just go to the cash flow and you'll see a lot of invoices that you didn't even know were still outstanding. You'll say same thing, see the bills. Balance sheet, it's a balance sheet. I'm not going to bore you. It's a balance sheet forecast, 12-month balance sheet forecast that you literally don't have to touch. Clockwork calculating it for you out of the box. Metrics, everyone loves charts and graphs. Clockwork gives you a standard metrics library down here. And you can select all, hit add metric. It'll actually build you what those are. You could change line bars, line graphs, bar charts, average, total, whatever it may be. You hover over this, it'll tell you exactly the detail of this if you're not well-versed in whatever the metrics that we have. The real beauty of it, though, is when you can build your own metrics. And you can actually do metrics per class, per location, per whatever you want. Say you want to see certain revenue per location. If you run multi-franchise, you can do that. So here, custom metrics, if you want to see profitability per customer, you could even do that. So you can actually build these all the way down as detailed as you want. And the same custom variables that we built in the financial model for the driver-based forecasting carry over, again, automatically into the custom metrics. So you could actually come over here, custom build all of these pieces as well. You can have all these different types of metrics, currency, percentage, number. If you want to see, cost of goods sold, you want to see customer lifetime value, customer acquisition cost, whatever it may be, churn rates, percentages. There's an endless possibility of the types of metrics that you could build here. Then we have the scenario planner. You can actually build scenarios using, so if you have like budgets, you could actually do budgets with departments as well. So you could actually carry over your department budgeting into Clockwork. This is a newer functionality this year. So you can actually do a consolidated scenario as well. So if you have marketing that has multiple budgets, multiple departments underneath it, you could do that. You can consolidate certain scenarios. You want to copy scenarios, you can do that. So here we'll create a scenario and we'll go out to the end of December of whatever it may be. This is if you have departments or classes, they will automatically pull over here. Then you start writing your scenario. Clockwork will literally walk you through every single aspect of building a financial model automatically. You can do revenue, COGS, OPEX, whatever it may be. You carry over your baseline assumptions. That's why this assumption has an edit assumptions field, or you could start from scratch. There's a checkbox on that create scenario screen. You can edit them, you can add them, do whatever. And again, you go through each step, revenue, COGS, OPEX. Then you go to the summary. The summary is pretty cool. It gives you a high-level overview of where things stand from a financial model perspective, from a cash flow perspective, between both the forecast and the scenario. The most powerful, useful thing is when you hit view scenario, you actually get your actuals versus your scenario versus your forecast with the variance of them. You can change the view here, the variance view. You could change columns. You can say, I only want to see quarters, years, months, whatever it may be. You can change all that here. We also have advanced reporting. Our reporting module is right here, where you can build custom templates. You can build all this different stuff directly in the reporting tier, and you can have these automatically be created, sent out, every single thing that you need for board meetings, shareholder meetings, whatever it may be. You can have those created here for you. And that is a very high level view of Clockwork. I'll go back into one last thing, is the settings. Settings, this is where you can invite users. There's no limit on users. You can actually invite whoever and however many people you want. You have all your model settings, your connected data. This is where you manage all your integrations. Benefits, this is where you can add those as well. And the one thing is the Champions console. So if you're an accountant, you're an outsourced CFO, you're a consultant, whatever it may be, say you run multiple companies, multiple businesses, and you want to see the management of all the different entities, because you can do consolidated forecasting and consolidated reporting in Clockwork as well. Here, it's called the Champions console. This is where you manage all your clients, all your companies, and then all of your staff. So if you want to invite certain people into the account, you can. Remove them, you can as well, all from one kind of high-level view for the actual account. And that's a very kind of quick and dirty rundown of Clockwork. I know this video is kind of a lot longer than we usually do, or than I usually do, but wanted to make sure that we shared this with you guys. And if you want to try it out, go to clockwork.ai, create a trial, create an account, see it with yourself, book a time with myself or my team. We'll walk you through it, and would love to see if we can help. Thanks.